Hey, it's the Rooster, Bobby Leach for the TimesWeekly.com, coming to you live for Cheap Seats alongside my partner here, Big Bad Tony.
So, we're back, huh?
We're back.
Exciting.
Hey,
I want to tell all our 5 viewers out there that we're sorry. You know, we are preempted by old school football highlights and Bobby Leach's does he have an accent or does he not have an accent on the YouTube. So I figured, how many times can you see Bobby if he has an accent? So we're back.
We're back. Well, hey, you know what? We're back, and guess what? Football season's back.
Football season is back.
That's what it is. I'm excited about it because this is going to be a great, fantastic year for high school football.
Really fantastic year.
It's going to be fantastic because we're going to be able to see a lot of great games this year.
Oh, okay. And I got to be a little more toned down because people out there thinks we're stupid funny. I just figured I'd be funny, not stupid funny, but
we're stupid funny.
That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine, that we're stupid funny.
We're stupid funny.
How can you be stupid funny?
I don't know.
Tell me. Anyway, back to you, Rooster.
All right. So in any event, I am excited though about another football season and another season of great highlights, some video highlights.
Go Joliet Central.
Go Joliet Central. Hey, go Joliet Catholic. Hey, some things change, some things never change, all right?
I think Joliet Central's going to win some games. Yeah. Joliet Catholic are going to, keep the score. Remember, I would bet the over on their team.
Yeah, well, we can talk about all the great teams. I mean, but what I'm really excited about this year is the fact that we're going to be able to get out and see a lot more games than we've seen. We're going to be picking the game of the week this year, and the game of the week is going to encompass anywhere in Chicagoland. So our boundaries are going to expand, and we're going to go and pick up some great, fantastic games out there. Maybe some teams that you haven't had a chance to see, but if you're a loyal follower to us during football season, which is really when we get our following. I mean, that's when
we get 30 viewers instead of 15.
That's when we get, right, or maybe 10. We get
10 is good because there's those 10 viewers out there that really want to like us.
Yeah, right.
Mom, Dad, Uncle.
Yeah.
Hey.
So, but I mean, it'd be good to see, some new teams. And some of the old ones. I mean, I think Sandberg is going to look really good this year. I mean, Sandberg looked pretty good last year, and I think Sandberg's going to have a shot. I mean, they kind of squelched it there in the playoffs. I mean, they were a pretty tough team last year. I think they were 8-1 at one point, were they not? They didn't finish the season 8-1, and then they just kind of didn't get there. So, I mean, maybe Sandberg's going to be able to come back and get the ball rolling. Aaron Bailey out of the picture at Bolingbrook. A lot of changes there at Bolingbrook. So, it's not in the bag for Bolingbrook this season. I mean, they're always going to be good. They're always going to be a solid team. They got 4,000 kids in their school. They're going to have a good program.
Yeah.
But, Lincoln Way East, same thing. We got to see them last year in the state championship.
All Lincoln Way East does every year is retool.
Yeah, they retool. That's
retool.
It. Retool, win. I mean, Providence, I think, is going to have a pretty decent year this year. I mean, they all look pretty good. They still got, they got a brand new turf football field that isn't new anymore. So I mean, they got one season under their belt under it. But I like Providence's chances. I really like Lincoln Way West. I think Lincoln Way West this year is going to look really good, and I really like. I hate to say it, but I really like Morris. I think Morris could be a good program again this year too.
You're that Coach Thorson?
Yeah. Well, I like Morris's chances, but let's face it.
You've been emailing him a lot, haven't you? Because
Morris doesn't play anybody. Morris doesn't play anybody.
He would never.
No offense, but Morris doesn't play anybody.
He would never say anything.
Wait a second.
Hold on, that might be Coach Thorson on the phone.
Let's see. Hello, Coach Thorson. Yeah. No, you don't play anybody. All right, I said my piece. Thanks. Have a nice day. All right, there you go. So let me just make sure.
Are you hearing this?
Yeah.
If he wants to come our first game to you guys and watch you guys play Minooka, please.
Yeah. Oh, I think he wants to talk to you now.
Oh, geez.
Hang on a second. Let me see. Hello? Yeah, it's gone. He wants to tell you that JCA is going to win.
Oh, Mom? I'll be home for dinner. Okay. Bye.
All right. You done talking to your mom?
Yeah. That's our only prop that we're going to use today, so
that's it.
Don't worry about
it. That's the prop. We do have some new props that we got. A special order from eBay. Thank you very much, eBay. We're still finding new stuff to bring on every day. We got some new stuff. Tony's Tough Guys coming out in the paper, the Times Weekly. We're gonna have a new column in the Times Weekly called Tony's Tough Guys, and every week we're gonna pick out, some of the best area football players. Obviously, we're gonna pick out a lot of people, different players. It won't just be football, but during football season, it'll probably be football. I would think, right?
They're not going to be. They're not necessarily going to be the stars of the team. Okay, you know, we're looking for lunchbox players. Okay, we're looking for somebody who's not afraid to go across the middle. We're looking for someone who's not afraid to put a good hit on the quarterback, who put a good hit on the running back. We're not afraid of the running back to take down the lower shoulder and boom into that offensive line, push those guys back 5 feet. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for tough guys.
Yeah, we're looking. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, and the thing is you know, there are a lot of stars in the newspapers. There's a lot of stars that you see. Even, you know, the star players on our video. I mean, a lot of the highlights that we put on. You know, we've been doing this now 4 seasons.
Yeah.
4 seasons of highlights. 4 seasons of 7 games a week or 6 games a week, all on film. We do this with a real small staff of guys, and you know, we've got a small group of people that go out every single Friday night, and a lot of times on Saturday. And that's after being up all night long editing video, and you get to the point where you're just, you know, you're throwing up touchdowns and big plays, and that's great, and we're going to continue doing that. But we want to find some of those guys that make the whole machine work. And the fact of the matter is,
you've got the running back who breaks off a 49-yard run, but you don't see the mollies up in the front line busting the holes open for him.
Right.
Okay, you don't see that.
Right, and a lot of times, you know, some of the other things that you don't see or don't get are, you know, what happens on the sidelines to set that play up. I mean, you know, I know coaches, you know, they don't get all the credit when they win. They try, you know, sometimes they certainly get all the credit when they lose. I mean, coaches, the first thing that they're barking at when they lose. But the fact is there's a lot of great coaches out there that make stuff up and make, you know, and come out with that play out of the back pocket that they've been holding for this situation. And so we're going to be looking all over the place for tough guys. And I think Tony's going to, I think Big Tony, you're going to have a good season finding those guys.
Oh, yeah, we'll be out there looking.
So we'll definitely be out there looking. We'll be looking for the linemen and for the linebackers. I mean, let's think about some of the linebackers that have not gotten the press that they deserve.
Safeties.
You know, safeties.
Safeties.
Yeah. You know,
corners.
Yeah. You know, even a kicker.
Even a kicker. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
kickers. Sorry, kickers.
Yeah, I don't know about kickers. You know, you could be a tough guy if you come out. If I see a kicker this year go out and do old school 1970s barefoot kicking in late October, you might be a tough guy. You might actually say you're a tough guy. If you're going to walk out there late October barefooted kicking a 30-yard field goal, that might earn you a spot as a tough guy. I'm just saying. I don't know. So, I mean, you know, even a kicker has a possibility of being a tough guy. But, you know, the bottom line is I am excited about football season to get back at it. The colleges have already gotten back into the game. St. Francis has been picking up a lot of talent, picked up another receiver from the West Coast. So, and this is the second year for their head coach. So, you know, hopefully they'll get back onto a winning track. St. Xavier, you know, didn't get where they wanted to last year, but there's a lot of kids from St. Xavier in our coverage area. Elmhurst College had a great season last year. They're going to look pretty good again. You know, I'd like to say JJC is going to be out there, but they don't have a football program anymore.
What about College of Dubuque?
College of Dubuque might have a good football season this year.
Really?
Yeah. So, you know, it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good year. You know, all the way around. And I think, you know, it's fun because, you know, now that we got 4 years under our belt, well, 3 years under our belt. Let's say that we're entering our 4th season, but 3 years under our belt. A lot of the kids that are going into college right now, we've covered them since they were sophomores. So we're going to continue doing the best that we can to go out and pick up a Saturday game here or there and pick up some college ball. And, you know, we want to see some guys play. I want to see. Yeah, I'd love to get to a Northwestern game. I know that they're not going to give us media passes.
Why not?
Because we're not cool enough. We don't have, you know, the SPN, you know, stuff on Garbon or whatever.
In Dyke Stadium, huh?
Right.
We don't need to be there.
We don't need to be there anyhow. Yeah, we don't need to be there. But I would like to see some of the guys out there. I'd like to see Malin Jones running with the ball.
Yeah.
You know, I think that'd be fantastic. Tyler Lancaster out there, you know, doing his thing. So, you know, it's going to be fun. You know, I mean, I think it's going to be a good season. Colorado Rams. I mean, you know, I mean, I think they're, you know, there's a blast from the past of Biggs. You know, that you know he's out there. So, you know, it could be
Colorado Rams.
Yeah, Colorado Rams. Plainfield North.
We're supposed to remember seasons ago.
Yeah, well, I know this. You know,
I go to the future. I don't.
Hey man, see, there you go. You know, but we're back to the future. We're back to where we're at now, and a lot of new players. Yeah, a lot of new players are going to be coming. You know, stepping up. But you know, it's this season in particular. You know, I'm really at a loss as to who's going to come out. I mean, last year we were able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We were able to pick our top 10 just like that. We kind of knew. And if you look at what we came out with at the beginning of the year for the top 10, barring 2, we got 8 of those top 10 correct as far as wins and losses and where they ended up. This year, I don't think it's going to be as simple and as easy. I think that, last year I thought Joliet West was going to be in the middle of that pack. I didn't pick them at the top of the pack, but I certainly didn't pick them at the bottom, and they didn't get there at all. They got out of the pack. I don't know what it is about that team. I just feel like they're always on the cusp of breaking out. And if they put together a few wins, especially early in the season, I think they're a team that is really momentum driven.
I think Lockport's going to be better too.
Yeah, I think Lockport. Well, I don't know. I mean, I hope you kind of hope Lockport has a better season than they had because they didn't look particularly good last season. They had a tough year last year, and then Keegan Anspach. I know he's still out there. Keegan played for him, old football player of mine. As a youth player. So, I mean, there's a lot of kids at Lockport that I think could make that program hum. They certainly have an opportunity, but you're going to have to go up against a pretty good Sandburg team. And if I'm a betting man, at least right now I am, I like Sandburg's chances in the blue this season. I think that Sandburg can run with just about every team, including Lincoln Way East next year. And
See, hear people from Lincoln Way East. And by the end of the year, when you're in the state playoffs, you'll feed them, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
It starts.
Hey, I got a sausage sandwich.
It starts.
I got a good one. So
I'll never forget the guy with the funny blue hair. It starts.
Yeah, but hey, listen, Lincoln Way East had a fantastic season this year, and they're not going away. So
No.
Lincoln Way East is not going away. If you think they're going away,
They missed a field goal from winning the game.
Yeah, right. So I don't think that Lincoln Way East is going anywhere, and they're definitely the team to beat. Until somebody knocks them off, they're the team to beat. But that said, I still like Sandburg this year. I like their chances in that conference. I like their chances better than I like Bolingbrook's. I like their chances better than I like Lockport's or Joliet West or Central.
Well, Lincoln
Way Central. I mean, they got a new football coach at Lincoln Way Central.
Lincoln Way East
so
hasn't lost in conference in over 2 years.
Yeah,
Haven't lost.
yeah. But there's a change up there. I mean, Lincoln Way Central went to the red, and Stagg came to the blue. And Stagg, welcome to the party, Stagg. But it's like getting another doormat, really. I mean, let's just be honest. They have not had good football seasons the last couple of years, and I'd like to see somebody come in, walk in, and be able to challenge right away for one of those top spots. If they do,
Well, you never know. We haven't seen them.
we haven't seen them. We've seen the record. We've seen people who played them.
Yeah.
So
We haven't seen them.
But I guess like I said, we'll see how it goes. I mean, Manuka this year, this is the second year for that coach, and depending on where he takes it, first year I think he came in and did a pretty good job. But Manuka really struggled last year with any consistency. I mean, they were all over the board. One day they came in and laid an egg, and the next day you think they're going to get smashed, and they come out and they win and they smash the other team. So I don't know. I like Manuka. I really like Oswego East this year, and Oswego. I think that those are the two. I think Oswego far and away is going to be the team to beat in the SBC. I think Oswego East has got a shot. If they beat Oswego, especially if they play that little crosstown rivalry thing that they got going on, and this season it'd be at Oswego, so that'd be a good game. That'd tell a lot about how that conference is going to shake out. I mean, Plainfield North is always in the mix. Romeoville, they got everybody's got a shot.
Yeah, everybody got a shot now once the game started. Wow.
Yeah, once the game starts,
you'll know the pretenders and the contenders right away.
So I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens. Big news though that happened in the last couple of weeks here. Montini moved into a new conference. They're not starting this season; it's for the 2014 season. But you got the Catholic Green Conference that just started up, and they
Is that the schools that cost more money to go to? Green.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, maybe it costs more green to get there.
Cost more green to get there. What? I don't know why they came up with the Catholic Green.
Yeah, well, it's the Catholic Green. Yeah, it's the offering plate.
Could have been the red. Could have been the yellow. What?
They got. Well, I guess yellow. I mean, why would you want to be the yellow division?
Well, why not? Why the green? I don't understand.
I mean, the yellow division opens up a lot more, jokes.
I'm going to be serious now. I don't want to be stupid funny, so I'm sorry.
It doesn't want to be stupid funny. You're being serious.
Serious.
Okay. How was the book that you read the other day talking about Sirius?
The forum,
Yeah,
well, it was enlightening, and I've learned a lot.
yeah.
You know.
What'd you learn? We're gonna be serious for a minute.
Well, I learned how to, it's kind of like the alpha male thing.
That's
You know.
right. Yeah, that's why I cut the logo. I'm being serious because I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
No product placement.
No product placement today because you don't pay the bills here.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
it doesn't make Daddy happy though.
Well, back to me, of
Back to
course.
you. Thank you.
Alpha male, how to please people, of the opposite sex in the forum.
Come on, really?
Yeah. You get up and get them a cup of coffee in the morning, and you get them an ice cream cone at night.
There you go. All right, so I'm glad we were being serious. Now let's get back to being unserious and let's talk about football. What game do you want to? I mean, what's the team that you really would like to see this year, Coach Stone, that you haven't got to see in person, live?
Live?
Live.
Are we live today?
Well, we're Memorex, but I mean the game live.
I don't know. You've been putting me in the blue for the last 2 years, so I don't know.
Yeah, see.
I don't know.
So
I'm gonna go to DuPage Valley.
Yeah.
See the Glenbard Westes and the Naperville Norths and those guys. That's some good football.
Naperville Norris. Can't talk about Nequa Valley though.
Yeah, Nequa Valley.
Nequa Valley is.
Wabanzi and all that other good stuff.
I don't know. Nequa Valley had a fantastic year last year too.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be back. I like the Naperville schools, but I like the Bolingbrook schools just a little bit better.
Aaron Bailey's gone, man.
Okay,
Gone.
I don't care if he's gone.
Aaron Bailey is
I don't
gone.
care. I'm a John Ivlo fan. Okay, I like Coach Ivlo. I like his.
Well, we all like
his
Coach
stuff.
Ivlo too, but Aaron Bailey's gone. Okay, so
Okay, but he's got more Aaron Baileys up his sleeve. Trust me when I tell you, he's got the staff that's going to pull that off. Bolingbrook's going to have. Bolingbrook's going to beat Lincoln Way East again this year.
Coach Ivlo, your check's in the mail.
Just remember they're playing at Bolingbrook.
They're playing at Bolingbrook?
Yeah.
Not want that far to go then. Good.
They won't have that far to go to whoop some tail.
How do you know they're playing at Bolingbrook?
Because they played at Lincoln Way East last year.
So they played at Lincoln Ways for the last 2 years.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Okay. All right. So,
Where's the stats guy?
I don't know. Andy. Oh, I forget.
Andy. Yeah. Wow, Andy, you've gotten younger.
You got younger. Wow, what happened to you? Who knows? Who knows what happened to Andy?
All right,
Whatever he's thinking, we're gonna get out of it.
we're straying off course here. Let's stay on
We are
course.
straight on course. But so but like I said, let's get back on course. Bolingbrook beats Lincoln Way East this year, 28-7. What do you think? What? Huh?
Whatever you want, man.
28-7. They got the option pitch. I mean, they got lots of.
I am a Joliet Central fan, so I've changed my allegiance. So if they happen to lose,
We will be this season at the Joliet Central game, and I will be on the Joliet West sideline like I always
and
am.
I'm going to be with my boys from Joliet Central.
I'm sticking
You
with
guys,
Joliet
I just want,
West.
Coach Joliet Central. I just want to let you know you guys are more than just a concession stand. Okay, you're more.
He read that in the book somewhere, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
He told me you emailed him and said, "Oh, gee, you guys are. I just want to be more than a concession stand." Well, you guys are. You're more than a concession stand. Okay?
You're more than a concession
I want to
stand.
be there for your first win.
But I'm going to tell you right now, the team in that, school district is definitely Joliet West. I still think Joliet West has got an excellent opportunity to play well this year and make the playoffs. I said that last year. I think they could have made the playoffs last year. I think a couple of things
You're
went
like,
wrong for them.
you're like Led Zeppelin every year. The song remains the same.
It doesn't remain the same. I'm
song
just telling you,
remains the same.
Joliet West has got a program, and they've got players there, and they're going to put it together. Injuries, I think that Joliet West, honestly, and looking back at the last 3 seasons that I've covered this team, I've seen a lot of their football games. There's a lack of depth on that football team from the benches. They got some great starters that are out there, but they don't have enough, I think, on the bench, especially late in the game. Because I've been to a lot of Joliet West games where they got the lead, or 7-0 or 7-7 at halftime, and they get blown out in the second half. So that's something that's happened a lot. I've seen critical turnovers with this team. Down the stretch, it's cost them big. Mental mistakes. But when you're out there and you get tired, those things happen. So I think that they, if they can work on their bench, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be a good football team. I think it'd be a state championship football team that remains to be seen. I mean, you can't sit here now in June and say they aren't going to be there. You don't know that. Well, how many people? Raise your hand. How many people? And I'll raise mine because I always thought this. How many people thought Bolingbrook was going to win a state championship when they did? That's my case, okay? I guarantee you there was nobody in the state at the beginning of the season that said Bolingbrook will win the state championship in 8A, and they did.
No, you want to know.
They're going to beat Loyola on top of it.
You want to know why every time this guy starts bounding, I'm sleeping, okay? You know, there you go.
So
right.
what do you think? Who's going to finish on top? We had picked 5 top area teams, and I mean area teams meaning now, of course our area got wide.
Mm-hmm.
So through the Naperville schools, the DuPage Valley Conference, the West Suburban conferences. I mean, who do you like this year, and who do you think is going to finish in those top 5? And I know we're going to get out, by the way, and see a lot of these guys practicing because that's the plan for the next few weeks.
Okay. I like the Hornets of Hinsdale South.
Okay.
I like Morse.
Okay.
Of course, Lincoln.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna write these down because I want to make sure that we have Tony's tough guys picked out early in the season. So let's see here. Okay. Nope. I don't want to talk about my mortgage payment. All right. So we're going to talk about Hinsdale South.
That's right. Hinsdale South.
And you got Morris in here.
Morris.
I swear you guys got him on the payroll, but okay, Morris. Who else?
I wouldn't talk, okay? I wouldn't talk. Yeah, you Joe, you Catholic Homer. I wouldn't talk.
Who else?
I like Addison Trail.
Addison Trail, AT's not bad school.
I like Glenbard West again.
Well, Glenbard West is just a monster.
I like Naperville North. Nequa. Waubonsie is going to be better. And let's see, Plainfield South.
Plainfield South.
They're going to be better. Lockport's going to be better. And my boys from Joliet Central.
Lockport. And Joliet Central.
Mm-hmm.
And oh man. Okay. That's a pretty good list. You got a good spattering there. So here, mine this year, if you want me to write them down, put them right there. I'm gonna go with Downers Grove North first. Downers Grove North. I think Edwards is coming back as our quarterback. He was a sophomore last year. He's gonna be a junior this year, and he's got winning in his pedigree. He had a great season last season, and I like their triple option. I think that they got a great offense. They're playing on turf, which I think has helped them. Mm-hmm. And it certainly helped them last year win some ball games, especially a running football team being on turf. If you can get away from the mud bowl games, that helps a running football squad. And they've been running the triple option for so long. They're just fantastic at it. So I like Downers Grove North in the West Suburban Silver. The jury's out with Downers Grove South. I mean, there's it's a new coach, but it's not really a new coach. Okay, I mean, it's one of their assistants, a defensive coordinator, been there, Googles of years, 10 years or 12 years, something like that, on the staff. So I don't think you're going to see a big difference with Downers Grove South, but I do think you're going to see a difference in where they end up. I think people can smell blood in the water this year. Mm-hmm. I think they think that they really got a shot to win the conference, and they're going to do it. And South took one on the chin last year, so unless they were really pissed off and in the weight room in the offseason, they could be the whipping boy for a little while. People are going to push them around a little bit because they've done that to every other school for 20 years. So...
No, not necessarily. They had a good sophomore team last year. Real good sophomore team.
So I mean, jury's out with Downers Grove South. I'm not sold on Downers Grove South. I like Nequa Valley. That's one school that we agree on. I think Nequa Valley is an up and coming school. I think last year they were this close. I mean, they played a fantastic game, and that was another memorable game. It was full of mud. Field was a grass field.
They put the game on that kid's back. What was that kid's name? I forgot.
I know, but remember he looked like Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
But that kid was
he ran with everybody on their back.
Yeah, he was busted. But again, I thought they had a fantastic season last year. Mm-hmm. I kind of became a fan. I liked the way their fans were. It was a lot of fun at that stadium. One of my teams that I'm going to stick with, and I'm always going to stick with, is Joliet West. Mm-hmm. I like Joliet West. I think I said this last year. I'm going to say it again this year. I'm going to write it down so we got it. I like Joliet West because I think that the conference is a little up in the air right now. I think the two heavy hitters going into it are going to be, like I said, Sandburg and Lincoln Way East. Mm-hmm. But there are two other teams that are going to make the playoffs. You got Homeland Flossmoor out there that's always dangerous.
Yeah, they're still there.
And you got Bolingbrook that's always dangerous. So you've got those four that you got to contend with. Lincoln Way Central's back in the mix with a new coach, but I still think they're a couple of years behind. They're still up in the air. So I don't know. I mean, I like Joliet West. I think it could go either way. They got to win both their 2 non-conference games, but if they pull that off, winning 3 games in their conference and making the playoffs is they got a decent shot.
Yeah.
Like Lincoln Way West, this is a team that every single year they have made waves early in the playoffs, and last year they knocked off a 1 seed. So I mean, that was pretty phenomenal. And then they got beat by Joliet Catholic last minute of the game. Joliet Catholic,
tough defense.
very tough defense. I
defensive.
like Lincoln Way West. I just think they're a good football
And they had a
team.
mobile quarterback.
Yep. And so I really like Joliet, Lincoln Way West. So that's another school I'm really hoping for good things for. I'd like to see a lot of them. One of my favorite schools that I'm going to get out to go see this year that I want to get, because I don't know how many more games that we're going to get to see them, but Montini and Mount Carmel and Joliet Catholic and Providence. I mean, those are the 4 schools that I really enjoy watching. I love football at those schools. It's not just a sport there; it's a way of life, and so I'm really looking forward to Providence this year. And Joliet Catholic, we're blessed to have those real close by our houses, and for the Times Weekly, because Times Weekly is a Joliet area newspaper, so it's fantastic to have that quality of play. Montini, fantastic program, and Mount Carmel, fantastic program with a great coach. So, I mean, you've got 3 or 4 or 5 really great coaches, and I don't care where they play, they're going to give you a game, and they're going to be in it in the end. They're going to be in the playoffs in the end. So, those 4 squads, the team I'd really like to see, if I had teams that I'd like to see breakout seasons, I'm really hoping they do. Oswego East, I'd really love to see them get from underneath the thumb of Oswego. I think it's going to be a tough call, but I think they can do it. And so I'd really like to see Oswego East, come out and get over that playoff hump and make it into the playoffs. They've struggled. They've never made the playoffs since they've been in business there. It's been more than 10 seasons, and it's time. It's time to see Oswego East, coming into their own. And I think that they've got the fan base. So I'm really looking forward to them. Another school, Plainfield East. I'd like to see Plainfield East. I mean, Plainfield East is one of the most fantastic coaches out there. In terms of personality, great guy. A lot of the kids that go there, I'm going to miss a lot of the kids that were there last year. But there's new kids coming in, and I'm excited to see how they're going to do. I'd like to see them do well. Just to see somebody step up, from that school and take that team on their shoulders. I think they're just one star player away, and a couple of bad plays away from really making a run. There's no reason why. Plainfield East can't get there. So
Why not?
Right. So looking forward to them. And I think my biggest breakout team of the season, and you're going to hear it here first, and I'm sure you're going to agree with me. The team of all teams, in all the areas, in all the games that I've seen today, so far, the team I'd really like to see win, St. Joe. I want to go back to St. Joe. They play on a baseball diamond.
Yeah, back to the 70s.
Back to the 70s, man. That was cool. They didn't have a big stadium. They had great food, though. That food was fantastic.
The field where you run down the one end zone and it goes.
yeah. Kind of runs uphill. If you're going to the north end zone, it's turned into all dust and dirt. You're going to the south end zone, and it's full of rocks and grass. But, I don't know. That was old school football at its best. Old wooden stands.
Coach here was cool. I interviewed the coach. Coach here was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So, and the reason is I like teams that are underdog teams. So hopefully we're going to see that. So I don't know.
We're going to see Joliet Central win at least 4 ball games this year.
I'd like to see them win 1.
No, they're going to win at least
Let's
4.
win 1. Let's win 1 game. Let's start with 1 win.
You're going to win at least
and go
4.
from there. But and last but not least, we are going to get into football season now. Welcome to the new year. We'll be out there next week, with our cameras, just kind of looking at the summer camps and
Where are we
what's
going?
going on. Well, so you go where you want to go. I'm going to go where I'm going to go, and then we're going to try to one up each other with the guy I saw or the guy you saw. And then we're going to pick up maybe on some of the weekends, because there's some weekend stuff going on. And we're going to get in the car and go hang out, man. We'll grab a cooler and be great. You can go watch your kid this year. He's
Yeah.
got a kid playing football this year, and he's really freaking good.
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
Yeah. He didn't get it from him either. I coached him. No,
You didn't coach. You never coached.
Yeah, he's wrong. Well, it's close. I'll lie and say I did coach him, but you know, he's going to be a good football player too. But we'll be able to go out and see some of his stuff too. But before I cut off cheap seats for the week, I do want to announce out there. We found out that Chris Smith is taking over as the Bolingbrook girls basketball team head coach, and basketball season, summer league starts right now too. So for girls and boys basketball, and I know that sport's a little bit off into the late fall. But congratulations to Chris Smith, former assistant coach at JCA last season. They went 24-5. Former assistant coach at Montini, won the state championship 2 years there. Just a fantastic guy, a very well-versed basketball coach. Has done some fantastic things in youth basketball in Bolingbrook, and he happens to live very close to the high school at Bolingbrook. So congratulations to Bolingbrook in finding a winner. I mean, this coach is coming in. Community knows him. We know him. He's done a great job with the programs that he's been at, and I think he's going to do fantastic for Bolingbrook and for the Lady Raiders. It'll be a different team, but that's okay. It should be a different team. It's time for this team to move on. You can't win a championship just because you got 4 of them in your trophy case. Got to win it on the court. I think it's going to be fantastic. We're going to get out there and go see him next week as Summer League starts up. Get a quick interview with him and talk about what his plans are for the Lady Raiders. But again, that's a little bit farther up, but it was big news. We felt it was important to bring it up.
Big news.
Big news. It's in the Times Weekly this week, and I wrote about that in my award-winning column, not Cheap Seats, on the Fence.
Chico Spellbonds gave you an award, didn't he?
Yeah, I got an award.
Wow.
Got an award.
Tell me what on the fence this week. Tell me.
On the Fence was talking about, the coach,
Really?
The new coach, yeah, he was fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, see, listen, he doesn't even know because he didn't read. I don't even know if he can read.
I'm just looking for story time.
That's why we do video.
That's why he likes to tell me story.
But I want to say though, make sure that you pick up the Times Weekly. It's a free newspaper. It's available to 30,000. We print out 35,000, 40,000 now, something like that.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a lot of people, man. That get the Times Weekly, and thanks for reading us. Tony's Tough Guys. That's going to be a new column.
Tony's Tough Guys. If I would have my tough guy this week, it would be Andy Shaw from the Blackhawks. Andrew Shaw.
Yeah. How about the Hawks, man?
Wow.
Quick high five. How about that game?
Brian
Quick
Bickle.
high five. Man, what?
Brian Bickle.
Yeah, great.
Through the playoffs. And I just want to say, Brian Bickle, thank you for single-handedly beating the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girl I live with from Detroit. Big Red Wings fan. It was beautiful. That's all I got to say.
Hey, we want to thank you for joining us and welcome back to the season. We promise we'll be a little bit more regular.
I don't know.
We got football.
He's got to have more Yoo-Hoos, more stale donuts for me to be here. If not, might be another 3 weeks. You never know.
Make sure that you get Yoo-Hoo for them because we got to pull this stuff off.
That's right.
I got to reel them in, Mm-hmm. You got to suck them in, We'll have some video for you next week. If you catch us out there, you catch Big Tone or Rooster, be sure to say hi. Mm-hmm. Come over and let us know what you've done in the off season because we love to hear from you. We love to hear from the players what your hopes and dreams are for the.
That's right. We like to. We don't know if we don't know you, we can't promote you. Okay?
Right. So make sure you tug on our shoulder or give a quick shout out. We'll get over there and get our cameras on you. Tone, it's going to be a fantastic year. Starts next week. We'll see you next week right here on Cheap Seats.
Everybody stay safe out there and have a fantastic week.